Wait, let me go back. I can get it this time. Switch the camera. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about today is, do we have questions? Do you guys want to go over any of the review material again? Everybody had no trouble downloading the PowerPoint, the voiceover stuff? We're all good with that? Okay.
No, I had a problem.
You had a problem? What was your problem?
It would just, for some reason, it would come down. I have a Mac. It would come down on the loading screen, and then it wouldn't appear. For some reason, it said I didn't have the right appliance to open it.
And yeah, it has to be a machine with PowerPoint on it.
I do have PowerPoint, but
On the Mac?
yeah.
Then it should have.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll look into it.
That's kind
Make sure
of,
your
yeah.
internet
I mean, it's
connection is
right,
good.
because if you just have I forget what theirs is, Keynote, what is their presentation one, something like that. Yeah, it won't open other ones. Or if you're opening it on a tablet, sometimes you'll get the icon, but you won't get the audio. It has to actually be in PowerPoint. So if you have trouble hearing the audio portion of that review, you can just open it up on a campus computer. If they're old, they're antique, especially the ones in the library, they're hardwired in, so they should be able to read it.
Yeah, I was going to say, make sure your internet connection is good. A lot of times, the dorms, the resident can be really...
And, right, and it takes, it is a big file, it takes a long time to download it, so do be patient with that.
I suggest the library.
Yeah, that's kind of my that's always to me, of a good place. Don't wait till the night before, especially if you have sketchy Wi-Fi, to try to download it. Just not a good idea. And then when you do get the thing, put it on a flash drive, just to make sure, again, that you can have access to it and open it again. Okay. So last time we went into and did our review, where we kind of designed our own exam. And part of that was coming up with, based on the 3 themes, and those are on the PowerPoint, we came up with 6 questions, 6 possible questions. And everybody who participated either in class or online, that is, you sent me, I can even show you where that is online. So and I know the weather's been sketchy, so if you weren't able to make it due to weather, all you have to do is click on the assignments, and it's possible essay and 3 IDs. And again, if you were physically here and you did it live, that's fine. This is only for people who weren't able to make it to the review. You just need to go and submit that. Once you do, I will send you back in Canvas the PDFs that I took of the board that have the 6 questions on them, and it has all the possible IDs on them. So if you have trouble reading those PDF files, let me know. If you just haven't gotten around to it yet, you need to go ahead and do those, and then I can go ahead and send you those PDFs. How many of you got the PDFs that I sent with you? Okay. Okay. So that's going to be bright and early on Monday. Make sure that you bring an empty blue book with you and a couple of ink pens. Got some stuff to hand back quickly. I've tried to get up to date on all the fun we've been having. I do want to show you, though, I know I've had way too much fun with these cartoons that people have been doing, but they are kind of fun, so. See if I can get it to show, maybe. Thinking about it. Or not. Special friends, there we go. Wow, that's just really a great picture there. Happened. There we go. Yay. Okay. I like this one. This is Payne's argument. We're gonna do that. Oh, that's right. This room is like blanket. Okay, so we have Paine's argument seems to be no monarchy in favor of revolution. We have the people represented over here, and forming a new government. In this case, it looks like the United States, but you could do this anywhere, as they did in France. The other one that I also like is Burke's argument, by contrast. Let's see if I can get that maybe a little bit lower so you can see it better. There we go. Burke's argument argues against revolution in favor of tradition and the Constitution. And one of the things you guys pointed out the most in your answers to those questions on Burke was that sort of interesting reading of the social contract. In other words, that Burke says it is unbreakable, that it's between both the living and the dead, whereas Paine says it can be remade with each generation. Okay, so today I want to talk a little bit about the end of the 18th century and the beginning of the 19th century.
We read it on the back of the.
Absolutely, yeah. Back. Oh, and I do have a few, not that many, but a few spare ones. Yeah, I'll pass them around. Wow, I don't really have that many. I have two. So if you need a copy of the handout, you can also print it off the module. The idea being that you can put them online. The idea being that you can either print them off online, or I give you paper copies. You can write, especially the IDs on the back. You know what, let's just take a moment to really quickly go through the review before we get into the 19th century. And you'll notice, once again, it hates to download it, and you can't download it in Canvas. You have to wait for it to download the long way around, unfortunately. Okay, so this exam has three parts. The first part is going to be your identification, and those are going to be taken from what? The IDs that we came up with and wrote on the board on Wednesday. And those IDs are taken from the PowerPoint slides and taken from the ones we wrote on the board in class. So for an identification, you're talking about 2 to 3 sentences. What questions do you have to answer to get full credit? Who or what?
What's the significance? Where, when? Significance.
Sorry, I forgot where. And historical significance, right. So what are the rules as far as IDs are concerned? Who or what? Get as close as you can. You guys have an outline sheet, so try to get the spellings right. You can write them on the back. It's okay. When? Early, middle, or late century is fine. And for centuries, try to use 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, rather than 17th, 18th, and 19th, because that gets a little confusing over time, so just use the numerical ones. The only exceptions to this are really key and important dates. One of them, let's see if I can do one. One of them would be probably 1688. Why is 1688 important? Where's revolution? Absolutely. Where? You could say England. But since this class is about British history, as specific as you can would be helpful. Historical significance is a little bit tricky, and all these count, by the way. This is the rubric, 2 points, 2 points. But significance counts for. And significance is your ability to relate this to the bigger themes that we have in the class. So, significance is all about context. If you just tell me what Wikipedia says is important about this term, that's really not what we've been doing. So we've been studying all of these things, in particular movements and contexts. So it's not just a fact. I mean, these are facts. It's about interpretation based on your understanding of everything in this course. My understanding is that this PowerPoint exam one is never going to download. Now I see what you guys mean. It's thinking of it. It's like, maybe, maybe not. I may have to pull out the old flash drive. Let's see what Wonder Woman has to say about it. It'll load as soon as I do this.
Yeah. You'll bring up the one on the flash shot, and then it'll bring it up. You'll bring up another one.
Oh, I got lots of politics ones. Please tell me I do have the review in here. I don't have the review in here because I'm a genius. That's fine. Okay. Oh, goodbye to that. And 6 years later, it downloads. Luckily for me. Oh, great. Now it's trying to download twice, which is not good at all, right? Okay. I love technology, don't you? Okay. But again, I kind of remember what's on the test, so I think we're okay.
I hope so.
For the other parts of the exam, and again, you'll be given choices, right? You've got 20 points, will be a short essay. And those are taken directly from the discussion questions, which conveniently you have either on Canvas or in paper form. I will pick 2 of those questions, and you will get to choose one. You will get to choose out of the IDs, which are worth a total of 30 points, and that's how the points are divided. You'll get to pick 3 out of 7. But those 7 will be taken from the ones on the board. So again, these are pretty winnowed down. The big essay, which is 50 points of the exam, will be taken from those 6 possible questions, and you'll get a choice of 2. Now, some people misunderstand this as you'll just pick 2 on your own from the 6 that I gave you. No, there will be 2 of those 6 that will appear on the exam, and once again, you will choose one to focus on. Oh, it just gave up. That's just so cute. Failed network error. Yeah, I love you too. You too, hugs. Okay. All right. Well, obviously the network is doing what it always does. So, okay. Are there any more questions about the review that we can't pull up? Yes. Okay. 2. Yes, that's all right. Go first. Then Miss Lindsay.
Okay, how long do you want a short essay to be?
Well, I guess the smarty pants answer would be long enough to answer the question, but let's do less smarty pants. A few sentences really should do it. It needs to be a little bit longer than an ID. I'd say a paragraph probably. So depending on the question, either a short or long paragraph should answer that short discussion question. It's just gonna run.
For the IDs, how many? What are you doing? The same thing? Like you give us 6, we do 4, something like that.
3 out of 7.
3 out of 7.
3 out of 7. I'm gonna pull up the old blackboard.